going to get rid of the backdrop. I think the backdrop's kind of distracting in this particular case. We'll remove that up, put some semi-pleasant color in the background. Okay. Now we'll go to the window tool. There it is. Put in a window. Now I'm going to open the dialog box of this window and change its characteristics. First of all, we'll make it round top. I'm going to make it fixed glass. Change it from 36 wide by 48 to 36 by 24. I don't like this 2.5 inch thickness on the bottom. I think I'll change that. It's over on section frame. Yeah, we'll get rid of it. I could change the defaults, but I'm just doing a tutorial here, so I'm going to get rid of the D, put in a 1. Okay. Now we'll go to the Lights tab, and let's look at this ray count. I'm going to put in 3. Okay, that doesn't look very good. So let's do concentric. Okay, and it disappeared. Huh. How rude. The way you handle that is I'm going to put in 3 lights across. Bingo, bango. You might play with this. I haven't done it in a while. Let's put in 4. Okay, see what that did? 5. 6. You get the idea. Let's try vertical, just for fun. It didn't change anything much. Let's go back to 0. Or you can't do 0. 3, 9. Okay, so there's certain things you can put in which doesn't make much difference, and there's some certain things that you can put in. Let's see. Where's that guy's picture? Hang on a second. I'm looking on my other monitor. Oh, here it is. This is a picture that the guy posted. I don't remember your name. It's nothing personal. That's kind of what he was talking about. And this very specific kind can't be done easily in Pro. Okay? But this can be done. Let's turn off concentric and see what you get. See, you get that there. Let's try some different numbers here. No, that just didn't look very good. Let's try an input here. It doesn't make any difference. Put in 2, 1. Let's try some different ray count. Okay. So what you could do is I could change the dimensions of the window, which is kind of arbitrary. Let's see if that. Okay. So the geometry of the window affects how this ray count thing works. I've never made an extensive study of this because I haven't had to. But let's look at what else we can do. You saw that the geometry of the window kind of affects this. I mean, the geometry built into the window dialog kind of is a limiting factor. In Chief Architect Professional, there's ways to get around this, but we're not talking about Chief Architect Professional right now. So what else could we do? Let's go back to the lights. And now see, when I hit concentric, they all disappeared. Apparently, so this geometry, based on 18 by 36, doesn't accommodate this. So you begin to get the idea. Okay, let's take that out, and it comes back. I don't even know how many rays we can have. Okay, there's 9. I think anything above 10 kind of hits its limit. If you don't like the width of this, that's what this is for. Let's set it to 1/2 inch. It's a little skinnier. So this Muntin width, in the parlance of this software, the Muntin width is the width of the dividers. I think it's usually set to 7/8. But the point is you set it to what you're going to build with. And let's turn off lights and fixed. Well, okay, this is a fixed glass window, so if I uncheck that, the lights go away. And there's no movable in this, so this doesn't apply. This applies to like a sash window. All right. So in order to have concentric, I'm going to have more geometry, more space. Let's set this to 20 inches. No, that didn't make any difference. 24, still no lights. Let's see. Fixed class, 24. I was expecting those to come back. What did I miss? No. Well, I haven't planned all this out, but, oh, maybe that's it. Yeah, okay. It's the lights across plus the ray count plus concentric that bring this all together. Now, if that makes any sense, you know, who knows? But that's the way it works. Let's compress the geometry again. Okay, that worked. I got that a little bit smaller. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. 21 is what I was going for. The arch type change. See, that changed on its own. Let's go round top. Okay. And when I suggest to you guys that you set some time aside and doodle daddle around with this and see how it works, I mean it. You know, this is how you find out. This is the kind of thing that you can't find out from reading the manual or watching a video tutorial, except this one, of course. Anyway, played enough with that. I'm just going to drag this up, and we'll put another window underneath. I didn't measure that out and so forth. If you're going to do this carefully, then you want to do it more carefully than what I'm doing, but I'm just demonstrating. I'm going to click on this window, press the Shift key, left click on this one, so I can move them as a group. Now this one has a sill up here, and normally a Palladium window like that or a round top, you're going to have a sill on it, so we'll turn the sill off. That should look a little bit better. I don't think Pro can, yeah. In Chief, I could block these together and actually make a single new unit, but in Pro, you can't do that. So that's one way to do it. Let's see if there's another. There should be in the library browser. I'm not going to answer that phone because I'm looking. Okay. And let's see what this is. You can see they're downloading. I don't use Pro a lot, so they kind of download as I. Let's see what the dialog box looks for this one over on Lights. Okay. Again, it's just a regular library window like the one I made, and they just set it up so that you don't have to figure out how to do this. Let's just stretch it out. Now this is another style like this. You buy this at the lumber yard as one unit. This is probably more common where there's actually a divider in between the round top and the sash window. Like this would work fine as a fixed window. Let's see if we can change the lights in it. Because as you saw, as I stretch it, the lights didn't automatically change. You have to change those. That would be vertical. We'll go 5. Okay. So that library window is also editable. Some of these windows, the more specialized ones, like this one, is not editable. Okay. Let's just take a look at its dialog box. Go over to Lights. Well, okay, I haven't looked at these in a while. They're done a little bit differently than I remember. This in earlier versions, this wasn't very editable, but all these windows are controlled by the geometry. Let's stretch it out and just really stretch it out and see what it does. Yeah, see what I mean? It'll work within various dimensions, and then after that point, then it starts to lose its original shapes. So these things are limited in what you can do with them. Let's see. This window here is probably the same sort of thing that I'm seeing how they did these. But you alter these, you know, the dimensions here, the lights over here. Okay, they did it the same way. Let's see if we can change. Yeah, this is concentric, but you can see it's missing in here. There's windows where the rays come all the way down, and Chief Architect software won't do that. Chief Architect Professional will, because I can manually draw them in if I want to. But in Pro, you don't have that choice. Let's see. anything we can do here. You can see some of these changes aren't making much difference. Let's change that to 5. Yeah, this is just not going to come all the way down. Maybe if we do, take out concentric, then it does, and you go back to concentric, and then you get the idea. There's limitations built into the software. Okay, we get rid of that. Get rid of that. I guess a better example of non-editable, like this this Palladium window here. It's not editable hardly at all. At least I remember the last time I looked at this, it's not very editable. Let's go to the lights tab. Okay, there isn't any light. Oh, there it is. It's grayed out, so you can't alter it. See, this window was probably made in Chief Architect and then made into one unit and then brought into Pro, and since it was created in Chief Architect, it can't be edited in Pro. That's kind of what I mean when I say non-editable. So you can't even change the width or the height. It's grayed out. You can only change the its location in terms of header height there. So not all of these are the same. Again, you'll see that this is grayed out. It is the size it is, and it either fits your purposes or it doesn't. Commonly, when I do windows in Chief Architect, I'll just make them myself. But sometimes in Pro, if you want a window that looks like this, it's be quite a bit more difficult. Let's see if we can do that just for fun. I haven't even tried this, don't know if it's possible, but we'll start with a window here. I'm going to make it kind of tall and narrow. I'm going to make it 12 wide and 60 tall. I'm going to make it a fixed window. And let's go over to the Arch tab and see what we can do. Okay, I want round top, and let's see. Let's reflect vertically, and then you can get a window like that, our left arch, our right arch. And that's just echoing this round top characteristic. Okay? We'll take that out and look there. See, I unchecked reflect vertically, and now I've got 1/2 of that kind of window. Let's make another one. I'm going to copy and just drag the copy over here, and we'll go to the dialog, arch, and we'll go left arch. So now I've got one side and the other. Then we'll take this window over here that I made originally. Control it. I'm just going to, well, I just drug it over there. You can see where I'm going with this. Let's see. Tell you what, I'm going to, well, I don't have, I'd have to set the ceiling height in this little model of mine, but I'm just going to wing this a little bit. I want these two side windows here. I'm going to shift select, or I'm going to try to shift select them. Yeah, I got them. Drag them down so that they match along in here. Then we'll pull this window down. A little bit too much. You get the idea. I could tinker around with this and maybe in an elevation camera get it exactly right. And we want to do lights. Go 3, 3. Well, 3, 2. How about that? Okay. And we could get this one and this one in a selection set. Go to the lights tab. Yep. And we'll do vertical here. We'll go, let's see, 1, 2. We want 4. Okay. So there's a lot you can do in Pro. Now, a lot of this functionality doesn't exist. Some of the key functionality doesn't exist in like architectural and suite and landscape and deck, but a lot of this functionality does exist. And so I hope this, I'm sure this addresses your question and maybe some other things that you didn't even think of. And I hope it helps whoever watches this. Thank you.